everybody, welcome back to Active Self-Protection Extra. It's Neil. I'm here in the new Dry Fire Dojo. How do you like my digs here? Yeah, I didn't paint because I can't paint. I can barely build. But hey, today I'm going to do something a little different.
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
So a few days ago, I may have made a poor decision, slammed my hand into something. I think I dislocated my pinky finger here. So I'm all swelled up. I got a little bit of bruising, all of that kind of fun stuff here. And it got me to thinking here, I can still draw and shoot right-handed. Everything is fine there. It's just there's some pain there. It's getting better every day. But I got to thinking about it here. If this was actually out of commission and I couldn't use that for quite some time, what could I do with my left hand or my offhand? And so I put together a holster here. I got a holster from my buddy Riley, set it up left-handed here, and I'm gonna just go through a little bit of dry fire with my left hand. And so thought I'd bring you guys along with that. Got my VP9 here. Everything is all good to go here. And where I'm going to start is not with working through the draw and all that stuff and work speed and everything. What I'm going to do is work on grip and get started to the point where I can grip the gun, see my sights, and all of that. So basically a lot of the same stuff that I do with my strong hand with a new student, which is where we start with most, or where I start with most folks, is finding a good grip. And I'll tell you what, it's weird when you've shot a few 100,000 rounds in this in this configuration, to switch it over to this one is a little bit different, and it's felt weird. And I'll tell you this, you can see I got a screwdriver sitting here on the desk. I just literally got done putting this holster together. I have done no work with my left hand for probably well over 2 years. I think a couple years ago I took a range master class and we did do some left-handed stuff. Since then I haven't really worked with my left hand. I do, an FBI qual or whatever, but that's 3 shots and you get it done. And so the first thing that I'm gonna really work on is the presentation. So if you're gonna come along with me, all you gotta do is get your gun out, get it unloaded. I like the barrel block there so that I can guarantee I've got some visual representation that this is an unloaded gun. Got a safe direction here. Have my back wall, and I've got my a gun safe sitting right behind the camera, so that's kind of my target for my dry fire as I go, just even with the barrel block, just so I've got something pretty solid there, because it's just a regular wall behind me. So as I get started, the first thing is the strong hand, the grip that I've got here. Now you can see I've got my finger high in register at home. As Carrie Dudenhofer says, I really like that at home. I just haven't taken over that vernacular letter, made that my own, but that's a really good one. This finger is at home so that I'm gonna have no trouble getting, being on the trigger when I don't wanna be as I build this grip. Now on the other side here, you can see I flag this thumb high and I give it a whole lot of, all of this real estate is open up. So now I can take my other hand and I like to use the drumstick or so of my thumb to fill that in, and then I go with a really good thumbs forward grip here. Now some folks like the thumbs high, some like the cross grip. I like the thumbs forward. You do you. I don't think it matters. Well, I do think there's one that's better, and that's the one I do. But if you find really good results with your thumbs in a different place, I don't mind that at all. But the first thing I recognize here is with that pinky being a little bit sore, I can't get my finger or my pinky pressure the way that I normally would. So I'm just going to get all that I can. Now you can see my hands are big enough. I've got to roll the trigger finger of my support hand, kind of just sits underneath there. I think you can see that. I don't want to come up over the top or the end of the trigger guard, because what that's going to do is it's going to give me some sympathetic squeeze. And then if you can see, and really with that orange on there, I think you can see as I'm pulling the trigger, I'm potentially going to move. Now that's a massive exaggeration, but that's what we tend to see on the range. So I really want to just let that go, find my index spot. Man, that does burn a little bit. And so then I'm just going to press out. I probably should have my Mantis, but I don't have it here with me today. So I'm just going to see my sight, reset this thing, Looks like I need some oil. And take a few shots. Now I've got a brand new barrel block in there, so that's making it not want to reset all that well. But just come out, see my sights. Thinking about my feet here, that feels weird. If you've done a fair amount of shooting one way, you're gonna feel awkward. Everything feels awkward right now because my feet, I'm like, I don't know what to do with my feet. I don't know what to do with my hand. I'm having a real Ricky Bobby moment here. But I'm gonna spend about 20 minutes today just seeing my sights and pulling the trigger. And see there, I'm not seeing, there we go, okay. So I've got to get that gun in the right spot in my hand to where I can see my sights. And man, even just taking my left finger off of the trigger just feels weird because I'm bumping into the trigger guard up here, all that. Man, this gun needs to be cleaned. All right, so see the sight, press the trigger. Now what we've got to do in dry fires, we got to be brutally honest with ourselves. If you're just using irons, that's completely okay. I don't mind. You know, there's the whole gun Amish thing. There's the whole argument of batteries die and front sights fall off. I don't care which one you do. But what I do care about is when you're in your dry fire, you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. If you see that front sight move, or if you see that dot move, and I do think that's where the dot has a pretty significant lead over the front sight. It's a whole lot easier to read. You can set that dot and you can really see that move. If that moved, you know that that shot is not going exactly where you want it to. Now, I'm shooting at a target, or I'm dry firing at a target that's about 3 yards away, basically behind the camera here. So a little bit of movement isn't going to cause me a whole lot, but if you move that target out to 25 yards, that little bit of movement's going to be several inches. And now I may be completely off a B8. I may be completely off a target, depending on how much that is. So I'm going to invite you guys to come along with me. Do this if you'd like. You know, you don't have to go get another holster. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. If you've got an extra holster lying around, you want to turn it, you know, convert it over to the Lefty, then knock yourselves out, because I'm going to do a few more videos on this. And you could follow along if you want. But for today, pick up your gun, get it ready for some dry fire, and go do this offhand for a little while. You know, one of the challenges that somebody gave me once was to go take a class and do it mirror image. And I know, you know, Melody Lauer took top shot in a, I think it was a Mag 40 class once, and she did that mirror-handed. That's pretty baller shooting. I don't think I can do that. I can't. I've never taken top shot in a Mag 40, and I did it with my strong hand. So, so that's a pretty good challenge. Maybe if this goes the way that I kind of hope this goes, maybe I'll spend a little bit of time shooting some Lefty stuff this year. But if you'd like to come along with me, this first one is just build that grip, find what you need to find, get comfortable pressing out, seeing your sights, and pulling the trigger. I think what you're gonna find potentially is you're gonna find the awkwardness. If you've not done a lot of offhand shooting, you're gonna find some real awkwardness. The first time you build your grip, you may have your thumb on the wrong side. It's a good point, or a good reason to be doing this dry, because there's just so much going on here, and you've really got to get that built. And especially if you've got some significant pain there, that's kind of taking my mind off of things as well. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys will come along with me and we'll have a good time with this. We'll see you next time.